One of the biggest stories of this past season at the minor league level came from Ben Rice, who had little hype around his profile as he was a hitter entering his age 24 season with zero experience above A-ball. A 12th round pick from Dartmouth back in 2021, 2023 looked to be a make it or break it year for the left-handed hitting catcher, as this would be a critical stage in his development where he'd have to prove he can handle more than just A-ball. But in 2023, Ben Rice would prove that he's an offensive threat that you just can't ignore. Hello everybody, I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees, and before we get into today's video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as we're posting daily content and doing live streams often, so if you don't want to miss out on all that action, turn on the notification bell as well. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and you guys can give us a hand in getting there. And without further ado, let's get into the show. Ben Rice entered the season with a lot of questions, and he'd have even more questions following an injury that would cause him to miss the months of May and June after getting off to a really hot start in high A. He only struck out 14.7% of the time with a 205 WRC plus and a 1.082 OPS through 15 games, and the left-handed slugger would rehab with their single A affiliate in Tampa before getting the call-up straight to Double A. Joe Maglocchio, the Yankees hitting coordinator, discussed how he felt as if Rice was a top 10 hitter in the organization, and he couldn't have been more correct, as Rice would immediately break through with the Somerset Patriots as he hit 4 home runs in his first 8 games in Double A, following that with a monster month of August to put a statement on his summer tear. In 26 games, Rice would hit 10 home runs, drive in 29 runners, and have a 1.097 OPS for a 192 WRC plus. He'd cool off in the month of September, and by cool off, I mean he put up a 913 OPS and slugged 500 to end the season. Double A was a breeze for Ben Rice. He put up a 183 as a whole and slugged 651, and he had more RBIs than games played. It should be expected for him to start in AAA next season, and overall, he absolutely dominated the AA level. Sometimes, big power numbers come with big swing and miss numbers, but he struck out just 18.6% of the time in AA with a 9.5% walk rate. He had plus contact rates, ranking in the 73rd percentile in swinging strike rate, which allowed him to rank in the 100th percentile in weighted on base average, proving that he was the best hitter in the Eastern League. The Yankees sorely need left-handed power, and Rice has the kind of swing that's built for the Bronx, especially given his 50.3% pull rate and only 33.1% ground ball rate, lifting the ball in the air and pulling it to right field often, which will play super well with the short porch at Yankee Stadium. His type of batted ball profile from the left-handed side is going to play well in the Bronx, but Ben Rice also possesses a strong enough frame to get it out in any right field at almost any ballpark, so you shouldn't be concerned about his ability to hit home runs in other ballparks that don't have short right fields. One of the biggest hurdles that he'll have to overcome are his matchups against left-handed pitchers, as he did only have a 492 OPS in those matchups. If Rice is able to figure out those struggles against left-handed pitching, he'll elevate his ceiling and he'll go from a guy who could be a strong side platoon at first base, DH, or catcher to a full-time option at those 3 positions and one of the best offensive prospects in this upcoming rookie class. Defensive positioning will certainly be a question for Ben Rice, as the Yankees are going to have to figure out if he's going to come up as a catcher or if he's going to have to find another position, as injuries may cause issues with his ability to stick at catcher, and the Yankees have some sort of catching jam already at the major league level. Preserving him on the field could come with fewer innings at catcher and more at first base or DH, and while he's been a solid presence behind the dish with slightly above average catching defensive adjustment numbers on Baseball Prospectus, and this past season having plus 1.3 framing runs, the Yankees could view him more as an emergency option at the position instead of a reliable everyday guy and keep that bat in their lineup. They also have Augustin Ramirez at Double A, a right-handed catcher with some serious power who could help the team defensively and offensively in the near future, with the team adding him to the 40-man roster this past winter to protect him from the Rule 5 draft. Now, it's also possible that Ben Rice could just carve out a full-time role in the near future at first base, because Anthony Rizzo could hit free agency after the 2024 season, as he has a club option for 2025 and the Yankees might not pick it up. Rice would be the perfect type of hitter for them, and he fits them in so many ways, as I think Ben Rice could really help them even next year, and I don't know if it'll be early in the season or during the summer, but one thing that was clear from the 2023 team is that they couldn't handle right-handed pitching. They finished bottom 10 in baseball in WRC plus and OPS in those matchups, and the additions of Juan Soto and Alex Verdugo will certainly help in that regard. Ben Rice could add to that. As mentioned earlier, Ben Rice has terrible numbers against left-handed pitching, but that means that his numbers against right-handed pitching are absolutely bonkers. Steamer believes that Rice will be an above-average hitter this season with a 103 projected WRC plus and 17 home runs over 125 games for the season if you expand for 450 plate appearances. It's also interesting that he's projected for a 2.6 F4, although I imagine that's because they believe he'll stick at catcher, and while that's an ideal outcome, I'll still be bullish on how much playing time he'll actually get there. If the Yankees want to make an all-in push, relying on their farm to produce talent around the expensive players will be a must. Trading for Juan Soto and potentially extending him adds another massive contract to their books, one that could be the largest in Yankees history, and if they want to sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto, that's another massive dent to their payroll, on top of the posting fee they're going to have to pay as part of the posting system. With that being said, there is a chance that he's able to have a middle-of-the-order presence on the team going forward, as he would be a guy making a league minimum contract for the next 3 years, and he certainly has the batted ball numbers to support that. He'll have to prove himself in spring training in AAA, but if Ben Rice stays healthy, he'll certainly rise up the farm system, but if he stays healthy, happens to be a massive question. What he could bring is a skill that bolsters this lineup going forward and provides insurance in areas they sorely need it. First and foremost, Giancarlo Stanton has to prove he's not on the decline. We've seen 1.5 years of poor play with a negative 1.1 F-WAR since the start of the 2022 All-Star break and a career worst 89 WRC plus this past season. Ben Rice certainly places pressure on the 34-year-old outfielder to step up his game, and while he doesn't need to be his 2017 MVP self, he does need to provide the Yankees with enough offense to justify carrying a player who has negative value on the bases and with the glove, and without any versatility in the outfield as well. Stan also struggled mightily against right-handed pitching with a 75 WRC plus and 264 OBP against them this past season, as the Yankees look to curb those issues with some left-handed outfield depth that they've brought in over the last week. His health and reliability are variables as well, and Rice could be a really nice DH option for this team if they need a punch in their order. His projected numbers are really strong for a hitter with no experience above AA, but his combination of contact and power from the left-handed side with his ability to generate loft in his batted balls makes him one of the most interesting and exciting prospects in the Yankee system for next season. Could we see Ben Rice in the majors next year? Time will tell, but if the opportunity is there, I could certainly see the 24-year-old left-handed slugger filling in and flourishing offensively at the major league level. We could see a 110 WRC plus bat with the upside to be more, and the Yankees have certainly found a hitting gem in the later parts of the draft with this versatile lefty. Thank you guys for sticking through for the entire video. We greatly appreciate your guys' support. And if you enjoyed today's video and want more content like this, we have all of this on our Fireside Yankees socials. We have a Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course this YouTube page. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube page. We're trying to hit 20,000 on the TikTok. We've already surpassed 20,000 on Twitter, but you know, we want to get to 30K at some point. So hey, if you guys can help us out on those fronts, that would be great. Links are all in the description. And of course, you guys can check out Empire Sports Media for written content on all of your favorite New York sports teams. Thank you once again for sticking by. I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.